We're live from Assembly Hall as Indiana takes on Miami of Ohio to go after their 21st Indiana Classic crowd. The Redskins come in 3-1. Hello everybody, John Laskowski and Ted Kitchell. And Miami, Ohio won the ball game last night with a good second half. Landon Hickam, a good three-point shooter outside, had 28 for the Redskins.
He's a kid that will look for the three at any time. He will come down, he will, especially off the break, he will pull up and hit that three. Indiana will not be able to help off of him. Last night he attempted 13 three-pointers alone.
We asked last night who else would help the freshman to come along. It's Alan Henderson. He got 33 points for Indiana.
Alan Henderson was very, very strong, especially in the second half. You can see here, gets position, does a nice job getting the ball, goes up strong after a fake and dunks it. Alan Henderson will create a lot of problems if Indiana continues to get the ball inside.
All right, time now for the Cocaline Fueling Factors.
For Miami of Ohio, they're going to have to hit their three-pointers. They must have a high percentage. If they hit 50%, Indiana going to have a problem. Also inside defense. They have got to stop Alan Henderson, Todd Lindeman, and Brian Evans inside. For Indiana, off to a quick start. Last night they were very lackluster, got off to a very slow start. Look for them to start quickly tonight. And a spread offense. Coach Knight has been working on it. It works well in practice, but they haven't moved it over to a game yet. Look for a good spread offense from Indiana.
Stop by Cocaline for this month's special. Your choice of car care products for only 99 cents. Over 55 years of family pride does make a difference. And we'll be back with the starting lineups in the championship game after these messages.
You have a teenager. You have to...
Time now for the Papa John starting lineups. There you see Miami's lineup. Hackham the guard, 6'10". He's only 160 pounds. Hart will have his hands full. Papa John's has the perfect pizza at the perfect price. Why not shoot for the best while getting slam dunk savings? Call now, and pizza will be the halftime entertainment. And we're underway. Miami's in the red, Indiana in the home whites. This is Derek Cross. Played his high school ball right here at Bloomington North High School. This is Hickam, number 12. He had the big game last night. Devin Davis is 42, sophomore out of Florida, Miami. And his jump hook goes in. He's their leading scorer at 17.8. He's a big, strong kid inside, kind of wild play, but he puts Miami, Ohio in the lead. Our officials in tonight's ball game, Phil Bova, Randy Drury, and Nate Humphrey. And a whistle inside.
Alan Henderson, nice job. Started off tonight just where he left off last night, taking the ball inside. Miami, not a big team, as we mentioned in the open. They're going to have to do a good job inside against Alan Henderson to slow him down. He really got off to a big start. You can see the series last meeting, Indiana a winner, 77-66. See if Indiana can get started off from the free throw line a little better tonight.
Well, you did it to him. Yesterday, Indiana was 13 of 27, 48% from the free throw line. No, that's not field goals, Ted. That's free throws.
And we're 0 for 2 tonight.
Henderson misses both. Miami runs an up-tempo perimeter offense. So look for the guards to do primarily the shooting outside. You see how they spread the floor.
Last night, their guards took 36 shots between two of them. Only 16 shots between the other three starters. And you can see already they've hit their first two shots.
Kevin Beard, 6'8" junior, hit that shot. It's 4-0 Redskins. Henderson is long, but Brian Evans has the board. Jumper is way off. Todd Lindeman gets the start tonight instead of Andre Patterson. Other than that, the lineup's the same as what started yesterday.
Steve Hart will really have his hands full. Hackham is a guy that moves around the floor a lot. He will catch and shoot. And it doesn't matter where he is on the floor. He'll take it up from 22, 23 feet away. So you have got to be on him at all times. Look for Steve Hart not to be helping off of Hackham.
Hackham is not really a dribbler and shooter, though, Ted. He likes to just get that set shot when his man falls off him. Good pass inside.
Good play by Miami.
Kevin Beard is going to get that hoop. Lindemann's going to pick up the foul.
Nice job driving the baseline. Indiana's got the man right where they want him. You can see they're going to drive him right down here to the corner. That's right where Indiana wants him. Nobody drops back. Lindemann lets him throw it across. Too slow in recovery. 3-point play. It makes the free throw.
Yesterday, Ted, we saw two different Indiana teams. The first half didn't seem to have that fire, and it was a close game all the way. Second half, they really exploded out. And again, I feel a lackluster start here, even though we're just 2 minutes in the game.
We talked about a quick start being so important for Indiana. Right now, they're down 7-0. You can see it's really clogged in the middle. The one thing we talked about was a spread offense. We talked about it last night. Allen wanting to catch that ball, and he continues to want to take it to the basket. Miami, I'm sure, has seen that in the film. Stepped in, did a nice job of taking the charge.
That was Derek Cross. He's a 5'11" senior, 185 from right here in Bloomington, averages 10 points a game. Still holds the career scoring record at Bloomington North High School. And he's scoring about 10 a game here for Miami. Good steal there as Neil Reed steps in. Indiana's got to get on track offensively. Although with Lindemann in the lineup, Ted, it's not a team that can spread a lot because Lindemann's job is to stay on the blocks. Evans gets it inside and gets the easy layup.
We're used to seeing Evans feeding Henderson for easy buckets. That time Allen Henderson finds Brian Evans inside. Evans still continues to struggle offensively. Came off a nice screen, got a good jumper, but he's not able to get that shot to go down early here in the season.
Jamie Mahaffey is a 6'6" senior, number 4. He's the leader of this team.
This is really not what Miami wants. They would really like to come down quickly, set up, get that three-pointer. And they, ooh, boy, that's a long one.
It is, and a foul. That's going to go on Davis, as Lindemann had good inside position. Well, their coach, Herb Sendek, he's in his second year from Miami. He's only 31 years old, but he spent 4 years at Kentucky under Rick Pitino. A good look at Herb, very young coach. And that style of play is obviously the up-tempo outside shot, and he's using that strategy here at Miami.
The one thing you won't see that we're used to seeing Kentucky, good pass inside by Henderson to Lindemann. Good catch. But the thing you won't see from Miami that you see from Kentucky is the 94-foot defense. You know, Kentucky's going to hound you, and I feel like more than anything, it's probably they just don't have the athletes to do that here at Miami, the type of athlete that Rick Pitino gets at Kentucky.
And that's a big foul. Devin Davis is going to come out, their leading scorer, with 2 quick fouls. Bozeman will take his place, so that hurts the offense of Miami.
Much smaller lineup. Bad shot by Neil Reed. He's got to go with a shot fake right there. Indiana very fortunate to get that ball back.
Henderson shot on the way down as the defense went in front of him, but he still gets it to go. Indiana scored 4 straight now to cut the lead to 3.
Very quick team in there with Bozeman coming in for Devon. Really creates a lot of quickness for Miami.
Shooting off the dribble that time, Cross. Lindemann has it. Takes his time as he gets it out to Reed.
Henderson's got to go. Okay, we'll go right inside and post. But it's so crowded in there that there's no way you can even feed the post because Todd Lindemann comes down and really, there, good feed inside.
Lindemann with the jumper is chest off. Beard is 6'8", so Lindemann's going to have the ability to turn and take that jump shot.
We're going to call Bozeman moving underneath Brian Evans. Indiana will get the ball back.
15:48 left, and Miami leads it 7-4. We'll be back after these messages. Parade is intended solely for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or the use of this telecast without the prior written consent of the Big Ten Conference is prohibited. And yes, that was Joe Hillman, former Indiana guard, in your picture.
Doing a little radio work on WIBC in Indianapolis these days.
Here's your shooting early. Indiana struggling, 25%.
A couple of those not very good shots I'm sure Coach Knight would like to have him back. I think Indiana feels pretty fortunate to only be down 3 at this point.
So Indiana struggled from that line. 63% on the season, 120 out of 190 free throws. So they're getting to the line much more than the opponent, but the 120, very bad percentage. Inbounds. Hart also down the block, trying to post up. Lindemann gets open and does get the roll that time. That ball made it, slipped out of his hand a little bit.
Yeah, I think it did. I think he went up to dunk the ball, and the defender came over and he just laid it in. But good recognition, good hands by Todd Lindemann to catch that ball and get it in.
6 straight now for Indiana. This is Hickam.
Steve Hart so far doing a nice job on him. He's not been able to get one off, and you can see he's itching to get one off as soon as possible.
Now there was a post feed and a move by Kevin Beard, but he stepped on the line. 3 turnovers for the Redskins.
Good defense by Indiana. You can see they really drop back. When Hackham is not on that side, Indiana's going to double back. When Hackham is on that side, they're going to have to get help from the other side, Indiana. See, Bozeman is having to guard Evans. I'm a bit surprised that Evans is not taking him down inside. Bozeman only about 6'5". He only goes about 185. It's a great pass inside by Evans. Evans so important to the Indiana offense, not only in scoring, but getting the ball where it needs to be. Tough passing angle, but he threw it right where he needed to, and Alan Henderson. We're going to get a chance to take a look at it. You can see he's up high, tough passing angle, but Alan Henderson did a nice job of getting position. Good shot fake right there. Right there is where he's got to really protect the ball, take it up strong, get that ball in the basket, and have a chance at a 3-point play.
It's 2 on Mahaffey. And again, he's their senior leader. 14 points a game. And right now, Herb Sendek has not made the change. There's the great performance that Henderson had yesterday. And he cans that free throw. Indiana now tied to score.
Much better action on that free throw. As you can see, he kind of takes it up and shoots it rather than flipping it. Much better there. You can almost tell as soon as it leaves their hand whether or not it's a nice, smooth shooting motion. You know, using your legs and your entire body rather than just kind of reaching up and flicking it with your hand.
It's Bozeman and Evans again, 6'2", 170. Bozeman, he's a freshman, so Evans should be able to handle him both ways. He pushed off right there, though.
Evans on the push-off. Good call inside. Evans didn't have position, and he just bumped him a little bit.
Now, Bozeman will be a little quicker, and that's the thing Evans has to fight. Let's watch it again.
Going to take a look at the left-hand side of your screen. You can see they got position on him. You can see right there. Great call. Great camera shot right there. You can see Evans, smart player. He keeps his hand in close, and unless that official was in the exact position he needed to be, he never saw it.
Neil Reed moved his feet well that time to avoid and give up that baseline drive, and that shot outside by Bozeman for 3.
See, Bozeman comes off the bench, and he's looking to shoot it. So with he crossing, they're all in there looking to pop that 3 whenever they get a chance.
Henderson, baseline, is off. Good block out that time by Cross as he tried to keep Evans off the board.
Steve Hart has got to take advantage of Hackham on this end of the floor. You've got to, he's obviously an offensive weapon. You've got to make him work defensively. You've got to get down on the post, get him the ball. I mean, you can see Hart's got about a 4-inch advantage on him. You go to him right there. You've got to keep going at him tonight.
So if you keep Hart inside and setting screens on Lindemann and Henderson, when that switch comes, really those guys are going to be hitting easy baskets.
Yeah.
And Hart can also get open because Hickham's lack of size in there as far as the defense
And
goes.
it's a real advantage for Indiana offensively because Reed's a great passer and so is Brian Evans. So stick Brian Evans out there. Good block out by Indiana, but stick Brian Evans out and let Hart go inside and use his athletic ability with the other 2 guys.
3-pointer by Miami was off. Henderson looks for inside position.
Great hands by Henderson. He's got to get that. He's got to get that ball in the hole though.
So it'll be a real game of inside and outside. Miami taking the outside shot. Indiana trying to work it inside.
You can see good action right here. Once again, Brian Evans throws it right. The only guy that can get that ball is Alan Henderson. You can see Henderson very upset, as I mentioned. He just didn't square up and go up real strong, but he's got to protect that basketball, explode to the basket, and he'd have a chance at a three-point play.
Anderson is off there, so make that 2 of 5 now for him from the free throw line.
See if he can get back to 50%.
Indiana takes the lead, 11-10. Remember yesterday early in the game, Indiana was going a point a minute. They're a little above that now, but then exploded with 46.
Great hands by Evans.
Evans with the strip, 3-on-3. It's tapped from behind by Bozeman.
Evans not near as quick as Bozeman, but he did a nice job using his hands. He wasn't slapping down at the ball, but he just did a nice using his hands defensively, yet moving his feet, able to knock that ball away.
32 is Danny Moore, 6'11" freshman from Shelbyville, Indiana, Golden Bear. Shelbyville, one of my favorite towns, as well as our stat man Terry Moore's hometown. So Moore getting a chance to play here early in his career at Miami, and he goes right up against Todd Lindeman.
Oh, good fake.
Shot fake, off,
Great
Henderson
hands
rebounds. And there's the dunk. Now, you don't like that when they go up and dunk. Now, you'd rather see the layup, is that right?
No, now that time, that's all right. He went right up and dunked it. He didn't fake. He didn't have to do anything. He went straight up. That's fine.
Well, you got to make up your mind. I can't tell whether the guys are shooting a layup or dunk. I think coach just wants it to go in.
Hey, they both count the same. Who cares?
Indiana leads it by 3 now. Andre Patterson will check in shortly.
Oh my gosh, three-pointer from the big man.
Moore takes it from the outside, right in front of the Indiana bench, and the call goes to Indiana. Well, if they deem themselves an up-tempo perimeter offense, then the big guys know that that's where their shots have to come as well.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're not looking for that from that. Excuse me, I'm sure they're not looking for that shot right away from their big guy from Shelbyville.
Andre Patterson gets a nice hand as he checks in the lineup. And Lindeman is out. Here's Patterson matched up against Moore. Evans.
Dangerous pass he threw right there. Oh, good ball movement right there.
Good seal that time by Patterson. He goes up for the layup. So Indiana taking advantage of its size and position around the basket.
Got to take advantage of it. That's what Miami's going to give you. They're going to use their quickness on the other end of the floor. You've got to take advantage of what you get on the other end.
But the thing about the Indiana offense, Ted, recognition is so important, and that can't come from the bench. The kids have to see what's open and go to it, and that's what they're working on. We've got timeout, 11:17 left, and Indiana has the lead now, 15-10. We'll be back after these messages.
Oh, where Indiana leads 15-10. Going to take a look at that last sequence. You can see Evans down to the corner. Now watch see how Andre Patterson just turned, held his man off right there. Good shot fake right there. Great pass by Alan Henderson. They're starting to work much better together. Their passing inside is much better. And as the season goes along, I think that they're going to continue to just improve.
Here's the rebounding tonight. Indiana with the edge.
Zoned by Miami. Miami, a team that's not going to play zone, but you can see right away they don't feel like they can handle Indiana. Let's see how Indiana recognizes that Miami is in a zone and they're going to have to change.
A 2-3 zone. Patterson, baseline. Yes. Gets the soft jumper.
Throw it over the top to Brian Evans. He fires it inside very quickly to Patterson. Good recognition. Sometimes it's hard for a young team to see. You could get a blocking foul against Miami on the other end. Sometimes a young team doesn't recognize that very well.
That's on. That's 40. I thought it might have been Mahaffey for his third. But that's Kyle Johnson, 6'5" junior, picking up his first foul. So Miami's had to go to their bench a little more than they thought. Coach Dan Dockage giving some instruction to Neil Reed.
11 minutes left in the first half. On 10:48 to be exact. Indiana already in the 1-and-1, so doing a nice job of getting the ball inside and drawing some fouls.
Hart from the line hits the first one.
There's another $25 to Gleaners from Noble Romans Pizza. Within 25 minutes after placing your delivery order, Noble Romans will call to let you know your pizza is on its way or it's free.
7 of 10 now for Hart for the year, so he's up to 70%. And Indiana's up to 9-point lead right now.
Hart doing an excellent job defensively on Packham. Gets caught right there. Good pressure though, but you can see Hackham can really light it up when he just gets a little bit of an opening.
He's got a little funny spin on that ball. It doesn't take him long to get that shot away. A down pick that time got him open.
And even though he's small, he kind of falls, kind of goes in and falls back, so he's going to be able to get some shots off.
Hart picks the dribble up inside. Patterson. Henderson and Hart collide, and Miami comes away with the ball.
Good for him to pull up.
3-on-3. Hickam wants that shot, so Evans stayed right up on him.
Good job by Evans to recognize that somebody had to pick him up. Devins, nice job of, even with 2 fouls, they stick him back in the game. They know he's very important to their offense.
And I think this is a key part of the game, and Herb Sendek knows if Indiana gets a lead, that it'll be very difficult for Miami to come back. So even with 2 fouls, Davis in the lineup, and he's in there to score, which he does. Yes. Evans drives.
Indiana, same thing. They're taking that ball one dribble too far. You've got to pull up, either pass off or just go up for the jump shot.
And that was Davis who took that charge. So he risked his 3rd foul, but knew he was in position. Now Evans has his 2nd foul for Indiana.
Look at the turnovers. Miami of Ohio 6, Indiana only 2. Miami of Ohio last night only turned it over 11 times. You can see, doesn't take him. You don't have to give him much. He's pumped up and he's lighting it up tonight.
He was 5 of 13 yesterday from 3-point range, but a lot of those came in the 2nd half. He's got 6 points now. That's Hickam from the outside. That confidence he got last night is just extended over to today's game.
Okay, you've got kind of a 1-3-1 type of zone. Indiana going to have to match up with 2 guards out front. So far, Neil Reed's been the only guard out front. Indiana going to have to do a better job of recognizing against the zone.
This is a good matchup here as Patterson and Davis go at each other. Reed comes away with it. But the up-tempo game is going to favor Miami. Indiana needs to run that offense and wear them down defensively.
You can see right now it looks like a 2-3. They're kind of matching up when the ball goes out front. They're in a man-to-man now. Travel.
Evans had the 3-point shot, decided not to take it, and then with his dribble caused the travel. There's the 3-point.
You can see Indiana's attempted 64 and their opponents 131. So far tonight, Indiana yet to try one. Miami of Ohio already 3 for 5, and we've seen Hackham come off screens the last 2 times down the floor and bury him.
That's why coaching is so interesting. Indiana led the nation last year in 3-point shooting, obviously a big part of their offense, whereas this year it's not going to be.
Just don't have the personnel.
So Indiana's got to redesign the offense with new players and take it inside. Foul inside. Pat Knight will check in. Patterson draws that foul. See if we can pick that up.
Let me take a look at it. Left side of your screen right here. There you can see Henderson trips. And then Patterson just, he got a little too far. He's got to get down in a defensive stance. The shot fake got him up in the air, got off balance. Nice drive by Davis to get around him and get his body into him for the foul.
Davis a good scorer, but only 65% from the line.
A guy that's got off to a good start tonight in Davis. Last night, I think he only scored 6 points. A guy that usually scores around 17 a game. So a guy like that, you would expect him to come out tonight looking for that basket, and he has.
Got 6 now. He's out of Miami, Florida. He's made a good impact here.
You can see that they start out in a 1-1-3 almost, and then they fall into a 2-3, kind of a matchup zone. It makes it very difficult. Indiana, the corners are going to be open.
Now, with 3 guys across the baseline, though, you'd think those corners would be well guarded, and at the free throw line extended might be the open shot.
Right now, though, Indiana having a hard time. I think they're going to have to take a little time, pass it around, and see where the openings are in that zone. They haven't seen much zone this year. I'm sure that they've worked against it in practice. Patterson's going to have to do a better job of either getting around to start, or you're going to have to play behind. One or the other. I'm surprised that they don't have him playing behind, because Davis is not that big.
Timeout. And we'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Network. There's a young man getting his eye on that basket at the Indiana end. That is Tyler Kitchell. He's 6 years old. And in 12 or 13 short years, he could be taking jump shots from three-point range right here. There's his little brother Scott. He's 8. Christy, of course, Ted's wife.
I'm sure he crawled down there and told Mom he's about ready for a Coke.
But I tell you, I think he could be a shooter like you, Ted, as opposed to a defensive player. Do you think that's in the plan?
Yeah, not much defensive blood in that Kitchell line. You know?
Well, it's good to have the boys here for both games. As well as your young daughter, 7 months. She didn't make it tonight.
Yeah, she was here last night.
Devin Davis inside for another 2. And Indiana just doesn't seem to be sharp defensively. And Miami's come right back in the game. In fact, pulled up to a 3-point lead.
They came out and they were pretty sharp, but as soon as Hackham hit those 2 threes, it really opened things up, and that has really opened things up against the Indiana defense. Indiana going to have to hit a couple jump shots to open things up against Miami.
The zone has been puzzling, but Henderson comes up with a loose ball, so Indiana's now scoring off the offense. It's the secondary offense that's scoring.
Steve Hart did a nice job of just tipping and keeping that ball alive. Now watch Steve Hart on Hackham. You can see he's not helping there. He and Reed switch. They're really keeping their eye on him, a guy that really can go up quick and knock that 3 down.
Hickam takes a drive inside.
Slapped him on the forearm.
He had left his feet and may not have had a lot to do, but Reed came in with the foul. Reed.
Coach Knight not going to be very happy with this. They're going to give him 2 shots, and he was passing the ball to the corner. The official obviously thought he was going to shoot it. I'm sure Coach Knight will show his unhappiness with the officials on this call. As good a shooter as he is from the outside, I would expect him to shoot free throws very well also.
86%. You were right on there. He has 7 points. You whammied him. He missed the second one. But Miami still leads it by 2. And Indiana tries to crack this zone defense.
I think really a
tough pass under the baseline. Patterson came over that ball in the 3-second line, nowhere to go. It deflected out of bounds. Indiana retains possession.
I think it's really a good defensive move by Miami, not only to protect some of their big people, but Indiana just not a very good outside shooting basketball team. I mean, other than Neil Reed, they don't really have anybody in there that is a proven shooter. Patrick Knight's not a guy that's going to step up and take a lot of shots. Steve Hart stepped up against Evansville. He hit some, but still kind of a streak shooter rather than a proven outside jump shooter. And there's Neil Reed.
And there's 3 points as Reed hits that shot from the outside.
Good patience by Indiana to continue to work it around until Reed's able to work himself open.
5th lead change now, so this game back and forth. Miami a good start here. Even with the slower tempo, they don't like the play. They've still hung well. Reed and Hickam on the matchup, and there's a drive as Hickam shoots it off the run. He goes down hard, so Indiana has the advantage player-wise.
Took himself out of the shot right there.
Patterson gets it as he takes the shot fake and then goes up strong.
Patterson looks much better tonight. Last couple games, he didn't get off to a quick start. He's into the game. You can see defensively, offensively, doing a much better job.
6 for Patterson. Good jump shot there as Beard hits again.
Good interior passing by Miami. 2 big men passing to one another, getting a nice 15-footer.
Miami only scored 23 points in the first half yesterday. Came up big with 46 second-half points. They've got 25 already. The whistle gives the ball out to Miami. A 3-second call.
Patterson.
And substitution as Derek Cross comes back in.
No way you should get a 3-second call against a zone. I mean, against a zone, you're not down there posting up. You're really kind of working the baseline, popping up from the bottom, behind the defense, popping in, and then popping out. There's no reason to go in there and stand.
Mahaffey also in. Miami again spreads the offense. Looks for the outside shot.
Indiana giving up the post position very easily right there as Davis loses handle.
Anderson with a good help and a steal. Hart's got it.
Got to take it all the way.
Let's see. Spin move. Cross goes down.
He's going to get him after he knocked him down. He's going to say he kind of tripped him. But not a very smooth move there by Steve Hart. You're going to get a look. he's got to get working him back and forth and then take this ball. Got no reason to go down and use your back to the basket against him. Indiana very fortunate right there. Not a very good offensive play by Steve Hart.
It's the first on cross. So Hart would go to the line.
You get him in that position, if you start changing over right to left hand and switching over, it makes it very difficult for him to play defense. There's another $25 to Vinny's Food Bank from Noble Romans Pizza. Bring a can of food to any Noble Romans anytime tomorrow and get a large hand-tossed pizza with one topping for just $5.
So Hart continues to score well. 8 last night, 5 already here in the first half.
He'll be a guy that's going to have to score if people are going to play zone.
And he's gotten 4 free throws here. Indiana's got the 3-point lead.
Indiana not doing a very good job switching inside. Devin Davis has really taken advantage of it so far for Indiana.
Mahaffey has the inside position, so a rare time when Miami posts up, and it works.
You can see they've got a little bigger lineup in there, and Indiana's still with the smaller lineup.
Pat Knight inside. Henderson just misses the tip, and Davis has the board. So Miami still hanging tough here with Indiana. First half.
Much different. Excuse me.
4:10 left. Go ahead.
I was just going to say a much different offense. Now you're going to see Miami try to get it into the low post. Hackham is not in the game. Nobody blocks out Mahaffey right there.
Makes the offensive rebound right in front of the Indiana bench. We've got timeout. 4 minutes left. And the score, Indiana 28, Miami 27. We'll be back after these messages.
One night, not long ago, an otherwise quiet town in Texas became not so quiet. When an explosion shook the town, GTE was there with the only link to the outside world, GTE MobileNet.
Hey, yeah, I finally got you.
Not every day is like that one, but for more than 1 million GTE cellular customers, clear, reliable service is just as vital.
I'm gonna be late. Thanks for letting me know. It's not the end of the world.
GTE MobileNet. Another way it's amazing what we can do together.
Here on the Outback, we play our own brand of football. Outback rules. No sidelines. No time limits. No telling which way the boomerang will bounce. Just the ultimate goal. Great steak. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right.
Our world today was conceived in the minds of men and women and set into motion by human hands. From strength and force to delicate precision, nothing matches the sophistication and output of the hand, wrist, elbow, and shoulder. As pioneers in all conditions of the upper extremity, the Indiana Hand Center physicians have developed surgical and rehabilitation techniques and equipment used throughout the world. Our goal, to efficiently and cost-effectively return the patient to an active life. The Indiana Hand Center.
Back at Assembly Hall. Let's take a look at that last offensive play. Now watch Mahaffey. You can see Hart had his back to the ball. Mahaffey does a nice job. Right there is probably a foul as he pushes him out. You can see they know they've got the advantage. Hart not near as big body-wise as Mahaffey. Good job by Miami of Ohio, taking it down inside when you get the advantage. Back in that zone. Hackham back in the game for Miami.
And Miami staying in the zone defense. Patterson and Henderson work inside.
Got to take one dribble. There you go.
One dribble, stops. Just off, Hart tips.
Oh!
Henderson slams it over everybody.
Glad Patterson got his hand off that ball. I think both of them had a hand on it. Allen obviously had the bigger hand on it as he rams it back in there. Indiana doing a nice job getting to the offensive board. Steve Hart, again, kept that ball alive.
How far Hart goes out to prevent Hickman
pressure
from getting the ball.
No way he's going to score. You can see as he travels right there, and that just goes back to going that much farther out on the floor and putting the defensive pressure. But if he never gets the ball, there's no way he's going to score.
Sendek now in his second year. They were 22-12 last year, went to the NIT.
Took over for an old IU assistant who moved on to Wyoming, and Joby Wright. You can see the last couple times down, Indiana's done a nice job. They get the ball on the side, and then they're popping a guy into the Much better shot right there. You can see he went up very strong for that jump shot. There was no hesitation. And that's the same thing in the Evansville game. The first 3 or 4 shots, he was very hesitant in going up. That time, he just went up very strong. And when he does, he usually shoots the ball very well.
I mean, that's good form on that shot. You know he's got strong legs, which is going to help any good jump shooter. He's got 8 first-half points, so Hart, again, a fine performance. Here's Davis. Reed comes in and sneaks it away. Players on the floor, and Hickham's going to come away with it. Boom. And he's got another 3. I saw the first half. He really struggled yesterday in the first half, but today he's made all 3 of his long shots.
I was going to say he hadn't got a chance to. Oh, great pass inside.
That 2-man game with Patterson and Henderson, that is something the teams are going to have trouble with.
They're really starting to read one another. Patterson made the only pass he could right there, a little bounce pass. There wasn't much of an opening. See, Patrick Knight gets beat right there on the baseline. He's going to have to do a better job. You get beat down there by a guy like that, he's going to score.
That's Beard. He gets 2 more. So Miami really staying tough, only down 2. Beard picks up his 9th point. Reed really set up well for that 3-point shot. But we had the perfect angle here, and it was way off right from the start. He's kind of got a set shot he likes when that ball swings around for that 3-point shot.
He's a guy when they get ready to pass him the ball, he's got to have his feet set and ready to shoot right away, because he's not a guy that's going to jump up over people and shoot it. He's you know, very much a set shooter.
Under 2 minutes, first half. And it's been another close game at first half-wise for Indiana. Again, Davis, great position inside. He tries to go up, and he's got a little smile there. Thought he should have been fouled, but no call. Indiana has the ball.
I think he's so concerned about drawing the foul that he's jumping into Henderson, and he's really not exploding up. If he would just explode straight up to the basket, I don't think Henderson was even going to try to challenge the shot. I think he would have scored.
Henderson post, jump hook, off. Boy, what a rebound by Beard as he had Patterson's head in his arm as he pulled that ball down.
Alan Henderson really looked good right there, though. He didn't mess around. He got the ball, went up strong. He just missed the shot. Once in a while, you're just going to miss the shot. Patrick Knight getting beat to the spot again inside. A real mismatch there with Mahaffey. A much bigger body, probably outweighs Patrick by 20, 30 pounds. But Allen really doing a nice job getting to the spot and just going up strong.
Danny Moore checking back in for Miami. And it's a good substitution. Davis is going to come out with 1:16 left. That's going to pick that 3rd foul up here while we're still in the first half. Mahaffey's done a nice job with his 2 fouls to avoid that 3rd. Big arch on that free throw. It goes in. Mahaffey only a 55% free throw shooter. Looks like he just puts a little too much up to the sky there. Nothing but net again. And a tie score, 1:15 left first half, so Miami holding their own.
See, when Indiana pops a guy into the middle, there's a lot of openings in the corners. So if you can work that together, it's really a difficult pass right there. There's a lot of people you got to throw it through, and
it's got to be a crisp pass. It's got to have some zip on it, but then those are the ones that are harder to catch too. It wings by your head.
Absolutely. I mean, as it flies by and you throw it so hard, it's not a very good pass.
Miami a chance to take the lead. Under 45 seconds now. First half left. Here's Cross. Works on Reed. Wild shot. Nothing but net. As he fought off Neil Reed. So Miami with the 2-point lead. Shot clock is about equal with the game clock. So Indiana's going to look for this last shot to try to tie the game. There's the 2, and they're matched up almost identical. Neil Reed watches the shot clock, which is more important. Actually, it's turned off now, so the game clock was a little less than the shot clock. 7. Penetration, dishes off. And off the shoulder of Phil Bova. And there's an example of getting off your feet and not knowing what you're going to do with the ball. 2 quick turnovers for Indiana here to end the first half.
See, Neil Reed drove in there and tried to give it off to Henderson. Coach Knight wanting them to put some pressure on Miami. They didn't. They get the shot. Indiana very fortunate that Miami Doesn't make that.
Cross had a three-point shot. It didn't go in. We'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Network. Indiana trails Miami by 2 at the half, and Ted Kitchell, they saw the same thing yesterday as Indiana was tied with Moorhead going into the halftime. What do you see the problem with Indiana?
Henderson continues to be the force inside with 13, Hart with 8. We're going to have to get a little bit more guard scoring in the second half against that zone.
Citizens Insurance Company of America is represented. They got 34 this first half. They're down 2, but they did respond with 46 second half points yesterday. Let's see what they can do. Henderson has passed Ray Tolbert on Indiana's all-time scoring list, moved now into 13th.
Big Ray. I played a lot of games with him. He was a great player, had a wonderful enthusiasm for the game.
We noticed as the players warmed up, Evans was taking some shots from the three-point line. What does that mean to you?
If I was Evans, that means I'm in the game, and they're looking for me against that zone. So I would look for Indiana to pop somebody in the middle. If they can't get it inside, I would look for Evans outside the three-point line. Look for Miami to continue to work Hackham along the baseline. He's going to come off the corners and try to get inside or get that shot.
Henderson with the steal, but Phil Bova caught him as he stepped on the line. So a good defensive play negated. Henderson had 6 offensive rebounds first half.
Good defensive stand by Indiana right away.
Both teams scored 46 in the second half. Miami was down 12 and came back with a strong second half effort. Here's Hackham, goes through the lane, bobbles the ball, and goes off his knee.
Well done by Indiana as far as stepping in and really making it difficult. Hackham not real comfortable inside. He was going to try to obviously get in there and get out. Get outside, take a three-pointer. Okay, they start out in the zone once again. Let's see if we can't get Evans, break Evans loose. You see, we throw it in the middle. That's where the opening is right there. We've got to have people moving into openings once we get the ball there.
So if that shot's not there, it's look opposite for that three-point shot. And there it is as Evans gets to the free throw line, then goes opposite to Henderson. Jump shot's good.
Indiana scores the first 2 points in the second half. Miami fell asleep just a little. Hackham was open right there. You can see he's very quick with the release. Indiana going to have to do a better job of getting on him. Great job by Hayford.
And Evans picks up the foul because this is not a big Miami team, but they've done a nice job on the board.
Hayford really does a good job of positioning himself. He's not a big jumper. You can watch him inside. Watch how a little late to see the type of positioning, but you can see he got his hands on the ball. Nobody going to get it away from him. Indiana slaps him, and he'll take 2.
Evans picks up 3 fouls, so you go through a first half with 2 fouls. You try to watch yourself, but even before a minute and 20 seconds is up, you picked up your 3rd in the second half.
Coach Knight will have to go with him. I'm sure his entire offense for the second half against that zone, a lot of it had to do with Evans being a big part of it. If he gets his 4th foul, Indiana again could have some problems.
Hayford gets 1 of 2 from the line. The lead now 1 by Miami. And And this crowd starts to get a little restless. A very good crowd.
Miami goes back to the man-to-man right here, and they're laying off of Steve Hart. Hack'em way back in the middle, very similar to what Evansville did against Indiana, but they are in a man-to-man.
Two-man game again. Patterson and Henderson. Bad angle on that pass, and it goes out of bounds.
What Coach Knight's coming out and saying to Patterson is, if they're not guarding you, you've got to go in there and take that 8-10-foot jump shot. There's no way you're going to be able to make that pass down to Henderson when your man's laying back on Allen Henderson.
So Indiana, a slow start here, second half. Good steal there by Neil Reed.
Good hand.
As he anticipates that pass and comes up with it. Here's Evans.
Good
Hart
pass.
In the lane, and there's some good passing and quick offense for Indiana with 2 points.
Let's see, Brian Evans sat down about the last 8 minutes of the first half, and Indiana's offense was not very sharp. Even again, when he's not scoring, he does an awful good job of getting the ball where it needs to be so Indiana can score.
Davis outside, and that's Cross. Three-pointers off. Evans with the one-handed rebound. 3-on-3.
Pull up. Good job.
Pulls up and misses. Mahaffey with the board. He slowed a little on that shot.
Good pull up right here.
Hack'em passes off.
Quick shot for Miami, but got it.
Beard with the shot outside, and he hits it. It seems like a quick shot to us, Ted, but I think this is their offense. As we've seen Kentucky take that shot, this will be similar to Miami. 11 for Beard. Henderson inside. A quick shot for Indiana, but that's a layup. And Indiana always takes those shots.
That's what Indiana's looking for. Very good entry by Indiana. Allen Henderson doing a much better job not letting his defender get around him tonight and knock that ball away.
17 now for Henderson. Lob pass, and Henderson has the steal. Indiana looks to break. Reed, Patterson post.
Good shot right away. That's the way you guys got to turn. Andre's big enough. He's big-shouldered. If he just turns his body, most people his size are not going to be able to handle him inside without fouling.
So the offense picking up now for Indiana. Got 8 second-half points already. Inside, it goes off Indiana.
Neil Reed, excuse me, lads. Neil Reed doing a good job of backing off of his man, getting in there and really making things tough to get at for Miami inside. Indiana had a pre-switch on that out-of-bounds play. Neil Reed, good job of opening up defensively.
Travel is going to travel as Henderson kept his position. Mahaffey wanted a bump there, but didn't get it. So Miami having a problem here as we start the second half. Indiana's got its lead to 3.
Okay, they're back in the zone. Last time they came down in the man-to-man. Hart's got to go right in there. There you go.
Dribbles in, passes off, but Henderson passes on the shot. Here's Hart again. It's a dribble until somebody picks you up, which means somebody else will be open. Evans long on that three-pointer. Henderson has it, and Mahaffey steals it as he was on the ground. Cross brings it up.
Great job of keeping his hands alive and getting that ball for Miami, because Henderson had that for an easy 2 points.
That's off the dribble. Devin Davis. He's now got 10, and Miami cuts the lead to 1.
They're back in a man-to-man. It seems that after every made shot, they're in a man-to-man. After missed shots, they're looking to play zone.
Evans for 3 outside. Yes, he gets it. And just as you mentioned, Ted, he came out at warm-ups here second half and took some three-point shots, so he knew those shots were going to come for him.
He really needed that in the second half. He missed his first one over in the corner, but Evans not afraid. When he's available, he's a big part of the offense. He's got to take that shot.
Henderson holds his ground, comes up with a steal.
Ball.
Long pass to Hart. He tips. Patterson. Shot is good.
Great job by Steve Hart right there. The intended pass was across to Evans. He didn't get it to him. He had enough about himself to go ahead and tip it to Patterson coming down the lane. Nice job by Patterson of following up, getting his hands on the ball, going straight up.
10 now for Patterson. So Indiana's spreading the scoring out with Henderson the big scorer. Again tonight's game. Hart doing a nice job on Hack'em.
Hack'em's not a guy that's going to get a lot of shots off the dribble. It seems Mahaffey
got wide open as he beat Evans and goes in for the jam.
I think we're not going to get a look at it, but I think that Evans got screened and he didn't get a lot of help right there. Somebody's got to back off on that screen and help him out until he's able to recover.
He's able to get a three-point shot away. He's got 2 in a row. Brian Evans.
People are glad to see Brian Evans firing that three. The last couple years, he's been a big three-point shooter for Indiana. Not had a lot of opportunities so far this year.
So Indiana's brought him out here second half offensively, put him on that three-point line, and he's got 8 for the game.
That's a good call, Steve Hart. He just reached around. He knows it as well as anybody. Phil Bova right on top of that. He reached around and grabbed his arm.
13:53 left. Indiana leads at 50-43. We'll be back after these messages.
Good steal here by Alan Henderson. Nice job. Doesn't move. Picks the ball up. Good ball handling right here. Now you can see he's going to throw it up to Hart. He's going to catch and throw it. Oh, he misses it. But look, good play right there. Good sense to keep it. Taps it. Patterson does a nice job of filling the lane right there, and a good 2 points for Indiana. A nice play, even though it was a little tip. How many times did you see Larry Bird really not even get his hands on the ball, but just make a tip for an easy basket?
Double team inside, and Davis has to pull it out.
Good job by Hart of denying that basketball.
Evans prevented that back cut, so the team a lot sharper here as they were yesterday's second half. Drive inside by Johnson. Offensive foul as Patterson had position. And there's Herb Sendek. Doesn't like that call.
Well, that's kind of what happens when you end up in the position Coach Knight wants you in. Here, Patterson not even looking to take the charge. Does get there a little bit late. Indiana fortunate they didn't get a blocking call right there. I think because the Miami of Ohio player was a little bit off balance, Indiana got the call.
So now Evans is playing on the outside with Patterson, Henderson. 2-man game inside. It's a man-to-man defense by Miami.
Steve Hart has just got to hack him right inside, not pick up his dribble, take the ball inside, back him in there, and take that little 10-footer. He can jump right up over the top of him.
Outside shot by Reed is off, and Davis has the board.
They'll look for a quick shot here.
They don't give up.
That's the one they want, too.
Is short. Indiana has the board. So this tempo again, fast-paced. Evans inside.
Good entry pass.
Hook shot, no. He's got the board.
Great pass.
He tipped that one right to Allen for the layup.
I say that so many times, but Evans just makes so many nice little passes where the only guy who can catch it is the offensive man he's throwing it to. And when you're a guy out there working your butt off to get open, that's a travel. You're out there working hard to get open. It's so nice when somebody finds you when you are open. And Brian Evans doing a great job for Indiana tonight.
Cross and Mahaffey in for Miami. Indiana stretched that lead to 9. There's the Miami bench. They're still in it, but Indiana's starting to take control. 12-17 left in the game.
Well, the other positive is when you do get the lead, then Miami's got to come out of the zone. They don't want you to just continue to work it around. Right here, Hart's just got to take that right in there on Hackham. He's not big enough, strong enough.
Evans off the dribble, no, and Davis again another board. Hackham.
Nope, that's off.
It's off, is right. Evans has the board. So Hackham not coming through with that three-point shot as he did first half.
Okay, they're back in man-to-man. The thing that's going to be there is the post right there.
Post to Henderson, layup is good.
And they're back in man-to-man. That's what Indiana went too early, and they were so fortunate to get it. And that time, Alan Henderson did a nice job, held his man off. Good feed once again by Brian Evans.
Henderson now 21 points. Boy, Hackham doesn't take long at all. He's missed 3 in a row now.
Well, the big difference is now Indiana's got a lead, and he's really looking to score, and he's not taking very good shots. His shot selection, although not very many in the first half, was very, very good. That's why he shot so well. Now he's taking bad shots, and he's just not going to make those.
You know, this offense there, it goes to Henderson inside. It's really opened up. When Evans is out taking the three-point against the zone, now it's only a 2-man game inside. Now they have room to move.
That's exactly right. Good call, Laz, right there, because Evans' three-pointers has really opened up the offense for Alan Henderson.
Timeout Miami. We'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Network. Indiana's built the lead now to 13 points, 10:56 left. And we've done it without the Peter O'Brien, who's our regular producer. That's he in the lower right-hand corner. Peter is getting married today. Congratulations, Peter and Jody. He's not with us, and we wish you the best of luck from all the guys here who are missing you. Hope to have you back soon. Indiana scoring has taken off here, a 15-point run. Steal by Patterson, and Indiana's coming through with those inside shots.
Andre Patterson really a big part of this run as it goes to 24-7 here in the second half, and Andre Patterson has really been a big part of it, both offensively, made a big steal there defensively. He's a guy that's really struggled about the last 3 games after playing so well in Maui, really coming into his own tonight, though.
12 points, and he's going to get a lot more playing time. Oh, spin move on the rebound. Kyle Johnson gets an easy 2.
Now, right there is what we talk about. That's a rebound that Evans is usually going to get, but if he would have went and found the man and blocked him out, he still would have got the rebound. That time he went straight up for the basketball. Coach Knight's going to talk to him about it. He's not very happy about it. I'm sure he's telling him, if you block him out, go find the man first, you're going to get that rebound.
Bozeman checks in for Johnson. And Indiana brings it in from under their own basket. And again, Evans is staying out of the 3-point lane.
See, they're back in a zone on the out-of-bounds play. Got to throw it back out.
Patterson triple team. Keeps the ball. Mahaffey has the board.
Got to throw that one back out. A lot of people jumping back in on the side of it. You throw it back out, and you might get it back inside for a better shot.
That's a good shot. That's Derek Cross, a 3-pointer, and that's the way Miami has to get back in the game. They've got the lead down to 10.
Indiana needs to continue to go inside. Get some people posted up, get Henderson inside, bring the ball back around to him. You'll get some easy shots.
Hart takes it in, then comes back out. Henderson goes right up with the jumper.
Not the shot I don't think Indiana's really looking for, but Indiana does have to have Alan Henderson score from the outside. He's not only an inside player, he's a guy that is very comfortable facing the basket.
Bozeman not afraid to take that outside shot. It goes off the top of the backboard, so that's out of bounds. Hart wants a call inside. He feels he's getting bumped as he takes the ball from Phil Bova.
It's good to mention that to the referees once in a while.
Did you used to do that? Did you talk to the referees?
Yeah, once in a while I might mention that. I mean, of course, everybody that plays against me is always fair.
I tell you, the 2-man game inside has made a difference here second half. This time, Brian Evans gets the shot.
The 3 guys really work well together. Patterson has really become a big part here of the offense, and great pass inside to Evans that time from Alan Henderson. Travel. It looked pretty right there, but it don't count.
Do you see anything, Ted, why Indiana would play so much better offensively second half in each ball game than they have the first?
Well, I don't know. They just seem to come out. They're more into it. Maybe it's the halftime. Coach Knight is usually so effective after seeing what a team is doing to his team of being able to come back and go against that. And I just think that he set them up offensively much better in the second half after he sees what the team is doing. Another great pass. That was too long. But I just think the team comes out, they're much better prepared in the second half, and because of it, they're able to score a lot of points.
The coaches go in the locker room, and they talk together on a plan for the second half, any changes they want to make, and then they present that to the team. So 15 minutes, not a long time for half, but it is enough time for Indiana staff to get together, make some changes. We saw Evans come out for that 3-point shooting, and it's created a big difference here. Now Indiana's up 14.
I think a lot of people at home think, well, you've got the game plan, you go in at halftime, coach says, now come on guys, we got to play better in the second half, and it's not like that at all. He obviously saw what they were doing. They were playing a zone. He set up things for it. Brian Evans hit a couple 3-pointers right away, really threw a wrench into Miami's plans right there, and because of it, Indiana's had a lot of openings on the offensive end.
Miami, on the other hand, goes in and says, hey, this really worked first half. Let's keep it up second half.
Exactly.
And now that same plan doesn't work because Indiana changed what they did, another travel. You were going to retire from broadcasting and become a referee, and you're going to specialize in traveling.
Hey, I worked on that travel move for about 20 minutes before every practice. It probably got me to the free throw line about 80% of the time I got there, and it was all because Coach Knight made me practice that move every day.
Evans spins inside. So Indiana's taken control of this game by its inside moves, and which really started with Evans taking some outside shots. So Miami a little frustrated right now. Evans will go to the line.
I mean, Indiana just much crisper in their movement, a lot more confidence, and you know, not only the setup, but the mental preparation, I think, is just there. I mean, they come out and they've got a mindset, and because of it, been much better in the second half. Here's another $25 to Gleaners from Noble Romans, the better pizza people. Noble Romans breadsticks are made from scratch daily, so order some breadsticks the next time you have a pizza delivered.
7:49 left. Indiana leads at 64-48. We'll be back after these messages. Two ball games without a loss. Ball's tipped out of bounds, and Miami retains possession.
That's good.
How'd you know it? He called it. When Hickam gets that open with that much time, a good shooter's going to make that as Hickam gets another two.
He really is a good shooter. Kids at home want to know how to shoot the basketball. Watch him and his action. He gets that wrist cocked underneath there, and he can really shoot that basketball. Not a good shot. Oh!
But the rebound is Andre Patterson. He has quickly become a crowd favorite here. 14 points.
It wasn't a good shot, but the reason why is because he had 3 men on him. But because there were 3 men on Henderson, there wasn't anybody to block out Andre Patterson. He went to the basket. Done with it just what Coach Knight wants him to.
Cross tries to answer, and Hickam with a board. Neil Reed's going to draw that foul.
What Coach Knight's talking about right there, Neil Reed on a shot that far away should not go out and block his man. You got to go into the free throw line for any type of long rebound. Neil stands out, doesn't get in there, and because Indiana doesn't get the rebound. Watch Patterson inside now. So you can see that they come over, they double team. You can see Davis comes over, tries to block the shot. Because of it, nobody there to block Andre Patterson off the board.
Saw that same thing happen against Indiana in some previous games, so Indiana takes advantage there.
Against Kentucky, Henderson came over a couple times trying to block shots.
Mahaffey goes up strong, and he's going to hit it and draw the foul. That one on Patterson.
Take a look at it inside. Good job. Looks like he travels about right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he might have got rid of it just in time. Good strong move by Mahaffey, though. You can see he squares up those shoulders. He gets up into you, takes that ball to the basket. Has a chance for a three-point play.
Patterson now, though, with 4 fouls. Chris McGuire checks in for the first time, 5'10" junior. And Mahaffey's at the line. Miami team averages 78 points a game. They're falling well short of that today. Reed dishes. Patterson had the shot, but took the drive for the layup.
Andre really doing a nice job of recognizing. Neil Reed not scoring a lot of points tonight, but once again getting the basketball where it needs to be.
That's where the ball needs to be for Miami. Hickam, that's got to be 4 3-pointers, but 2 baskets here in a row for him.
You can see they're putting on full court pressure right now. Indiana should be very familiar with full court pressure after working probably for a week getting ready for Kentucky.
Henderson baseline, back out. Evans inside, and the foul. So that quick passing gets easy shots.
Indiana just doing a much better job of moving inside. They're moving into openings. I'm not going to say anything at that time. Brian Evans took that one up strong. The guy just grabbed his arm. There wasn't any way he could get that one towards the basket. But great pass inside by Steve Hart.
Mahaffey now has 3 as he picked up 2 early in that first half. And Evans goes to the line.
Here's another $25 to Gleaners Food Bank from Noble Romans Pizza. Bring a can of food to any Noble Romans anytime tomorrow and get a large hand-tossed pizza with 1 topping for just $5. 14
now for Evans, and the lead is 14 points. Just under 6 minutes left.
We've got a real mismatch right here with Henderson.
McGuire tries to go by him. Davis loses control. McGuire outside for a 3. He only averages 1.5 points a game, so he's doubled that on 1 shot. Reed avoids going over the timeline till he knows what he wants to do. Good smart play.
Good spread by Indiana right here. They've got the offense spread out when they're going to put a lot of pressure on you.
Tough pass as Patterson was well guarded, but Mahaffey's going to pick up a foul.
If he uses a bounce pass right there, Patterson ends up with an easy 2 points. Instead, he tries the chest pass, and the defense slides around. Didn't look like much of a foul right there by Mahaffey, but it's a big one because it's his fourth.
2 have come very quickly here for him, so see if Herb Sendek leaves him in. He does right now. I think the scorer's table wants to clarify that, whether it was a shooting foul or not. It wasn't, so Indiana has the ball out of bounds. Indiana's gone with this lineup the entire second half, almost 15 minutes now. And it's been very productive on both ends of the floor. Tough pass there, stolen, and Indiana retains possession.
Hackham knocked it out of bounds. Good quick hands by Miami inside. Very well coached. You can see you don't get any easy baskets against them on the out-of-bounds play. That always tells you one thing, that they've done a lot of preparation. They know what Indiana's looking to do.
Look at Evans is posting up now. Mark McGuire's only 5'10".
Right back into it. Good job right there by Neil Reed of sticking it right in there, Terry. Good recognition to see what's happening. There was no way that the Miami defensive man was going to be able to guard Evans. He's given up about 6-7 inches right there. Indiana's got to spread out and go right back at it. He ought to step in and get position right away.
He does. Hart looks for him.
You can see Hackham, nice job of backing off.
Back to Hart, he's ready for the jumper, and it's good.
You can tell when he goes up strong, he's got good spring in his legs, and he really shoots the basketball very, very well.
12 points for Hart, a very nice performance.
And good defensive performance, too. He did a nice job of getting back there. Hackham's a guy that's very, very active on the offensive end, and Steve Hart has really been busy trying to keep him from shooting.
Another outside bomb, this time by Cross, is off, and
that's 5 on Patterson.
Patterson's going to draw it, and he knows right away it's 5 as he comes over toward the Indiana bench.
The thing that really makes him mad is the ball rebounded. When the shot's taken from that side of the floor, about 80–90% of the time, the ball's going to rebound on the other side. You can see he gets a wonderful ovation. I think Coach Knight very happy with his performance tonight, but as the ball rebounded all the way across, and he's wondering why he grabbed a hold of that guy anyway.
16 points Patterson leaves with. Pretty good job defensively, and he's learning that two-man game, that work inside with Henderson, and I think that's going to be very effective when we get to Big Ten play. Now Henderson draws a quick foul on a hold on Mahaffey.
Bill Bova calls a pretty picky one right there.
And Indiana's over the limit now. Surprisingly, Miami's still only 5 team fouls here. So Indiana's not gone to the line a lot in the second half.
Well, they didn't get a lot of early fouls because they were sitting back in that zone. Indiana, Evans able to knock down. A team that doesn't foul a lot is usually a team that shoots the ball from outside a lot, which Miami does, and also a team that will play zone. Miami not a team that's going to play a lot of zone, but against Indiana, they've had to go to that because Indiana's big people inside not able to handle it.
11 now for Mahaffey. Also, Indiana's gotten real good inside position, and then that quick shot, not enough time to really make the foul to get a three-point play, but it leads to easy baskets for Indiana.
I imagine here that Evans is probably bleeding someplace. I don't know where. Yeah, there's a little blood on his uniform.
This is a rule change. It's at the discretion of the officials as to whether it's still bleeding and could be like a contagious type of effect. If it's in the uniform and soaked up by the jersey, then there's no need to change that jersey, and that's what they decided with Evans as he stays in the game.
Yeah, it used to be if you had any blood on your uniform, they'd take you out, which was really a bad rule. But now the only time is if you're bleeding a lot, or they're going to pull you from the game.
Free throws are good now. Lead is 11.
Indiana, nice job spreading the offense out. You want to get the ball in Hart and Reed's hand and let them handle it right here.
Hart dribbles in. Whistle outside. And that's Hackham with the foul.
Lindemann was licking his chops too. He had a two-hand dunk right there.
Lindemann replaced Patterson as he fouled out. And again, 16 fouls. So now, next foul, Indiana will finally get some free throws into Lindemann.
No reason to hurry. Need to use the shot clock, continue to post up people inside, just continue to work the ball, keep the offense spread right here.
Henderson gets around Davis. And a foul there, so now Indiana gets to the line.
Davis reached out and grabbed him. Nice entry pass by Brian Evans right there. Once again, Henderson doing a nice job working the baseline and getting himself open.
As you know, there's an all-tournament team selected at each Indiana Classic, as well as a most valuable player.
Indiana free throws. Whew. Much better tonight. And if you remember, Alan Henderson started the night 0 for 2. There's another $25 to Gleaners from Noble Romans Pizza. Stop by Noble Romans today to see how you can get a $5 holiday gift certificate free.
Timeout. We'll be back after these messages from your local stations. This is the Raycom Network. Good time for Indiana to run that offense a little. They know they're going to get to the line. They got to nail those free throws.
Look for Miami to start taking some quick three-pointers, and if they start making them, look for them to foul. If they've checked the percentage out for Indiana, they probably feel that that's an advantage, sending Indiana to the free throw line late in the game.
Hackham's the guy to watch, and Hart staying all over him.
Good defensive pressure by Indiana.
That's Johnson outside. Off. Mahaffey. Let's see, that was inside, away from the ball.
There you get Evans, it looks like.
That's Lindemann.
Lindemann, okay. I could see it was away from the ball. Miami, not a very big team, but they're big, strong, and they go after that ball. We're going to take a look at it here. Now look to the left side of your screen right here. Lindemann.
Davis.
You can see Davis has got great position right there. Lindemann fighting with him right there. Just not a very good foul by Lindemann. Gives them a chance to stop the clock and score points while the clock is stopped.
11 now for Davis, so it's below his average of almost 18 a game. Indiana started to do a better job with that field goal percentage defense. The last 4 games, they've kept their opponents under 40% shooting. As you remember, the first couple ball games, Indiana giving up almost 80 points a game defensively. Hart all the way in. Patterson with the assist.
Boy, you can get up in a hurry, too. I didn't know if he was going to be able to get that one up, but there wasn't any problem at all.
14 now for Steve Hart, so he and Neil Reed really solidifying themselves at the guard position. Davis outside is no. Mahaffey had inside position. They're going to call Henderson for leaning in. And Henderson, very vocal, does not agree with that call.
Henderson not very happy, but Indiana not getting the inside position. I'd have to say it's a pretty good call. Henderson trying to back him under the goal. Now take a look. Miami does a nice job positioning themselves. You can see Mahaffey he roots him out a little bit, but he's the guy that goes after the basketball. And usually if you're the first guy to go after the basketball, you're going to get the call. I'd have to say it's a pretty good call right there. Indiana kind of standing around, not going after the rebound.
Free throw by Mahaffey is good. McGuire wants to check back in, but it'll be for Mahaffey, so he can't come in unless he makes this free throw.
Try to add some quickness to their lineup for the press. Also, it gives them a chance by bringing a player in. It gives them an extra 3 or 4 seconds to set things up, what they want to do here against Indiana.
And they want a full court press. They need that ball turned over. Lead is 11, 3:14 left. Reed makes that long play again, but Henderson's going to draw the foul from Davis inside. So Henderson goes to the line. There's Herb Sendek.
And I imagine you'll see them do this for the next 3 minutes. As long as they continue to score, they're going to set up the press, and they're going to continue to send Indiana to the free throw line. Very important to hit those first 2 or 3 when you walk up there.
Henderson came into the game at 23.5 points a game, so that average will go up.
Last night he scored 33 and he shot 7 of 13 from the line. So if he makes all those, he goes for 40 that last night.
So Indiana's already made more free throws than they did yesterday, and not nearly as many attempts. Mahafey, good quick move inside.
Right there.
Reverse layup. So this Miami team can score quickly. The lead back to 11. We're at the 3-minute mark, but a lot of change of possessions in that last minute since the timeout. Lindemann out front.
Good play by Henderson. Indiana does not need points right now. The clock is much more important. Make Miami play defense. Good play.
Hart was open underneath. The crowd wanted a pass in there, but Reed's going to get the free throws as that foul goes on Cross.
But Indiana able to work about 20 seconds off the clock right now. Right now, that's what you're wanting to do. You're wanting to get this game over, get time off the clock. Good play by Henderson. He could have easily went in, gotten two probably pretty easy points. He's a senior and he made a great decision right there.
Neil Reed hits that one. He's 56% on the year, 14 and 25. Neil is a much better free throw shooter than what he's shown us here in his first season.
Yeah, I think over his career he'll be a guy that'll shoot very, very well from the line.
He hits 2 there. Miami looks for quick offense. Mahafey way outside. Davis, he's a scrapper, I'll tell you. And Evans is going to draw the foul. And Davis just out hustling to the ball.
Yeah, Evans did a pretty good job of getting a body on him. That ball bounced a little bit long. Both of them went up for it. Davis just a little bit quicker, able to get his hands on it. Evans reached across, got his 4th foul. Played for a long time with 3 fouls there. With 18:40 left in the game, though, he got his 3rd foul. So he played about 16 minutes before picking up his 4th, and he's played a very good 16 minutes in that time.
Lead now 12 by Indiana.
12 is not a lot against a team that can shoot the 3-pointers, as Michigan State found out today. Michigan State was up by 3 with 0.6 of a second left, and Nebraska hit a 3-pointer, took them into overtime and beat them.
Davis gets the roll there. And substitution now. Bozeman comes back in for Davis, again for defense. So Miami goes to the full court press. They need those turnovers. A whistle as Hart was on the fly pattern. And Evans wanted that ball, actually took it away from the official. But Phil Bova here at half court was waving play off.
Well, I don't know. Usually the official handing the ball inbounds will blow his whistle, letting everybody know that play is in. Somehow Evans got the ball without hearing the whistle. Indiana fans not very happy about that one.
All right, so we'll try it again. Evans has it now, and obviously Miami knows that Hart would go on a fly pattern, so they can't use that one again.
You see, Miami stuck the player in right there to get in and foul right away.
Bozeman picks it up, and Henderson goes to the line. So now 2 shots each time Indiana goes to the line, as Miami has 10 team fouls. Good look at Henderson. Had some comments about Henderson. If you notice his left arm, he's got a scar there, and a lot of people have asked us, does he have a tattoo on his arm? No, he does not. That's a scar on that left shoulder. There it is right there. Good work, guys, to pick that up. Mahafey comes back in for Bozeman, so a lot of substitution now by Miami. Henderson, no, on the roll.
There's both of them.
So the lead's 11, so you can see how important a 3-point shot here would be for Miami. And that's the guy they want. Hackham missed it, and Lindemann in there to get the board.
See, the big difference there is so many times the player gets you inside. By the time you get him blocked out, he's got you underneath the basket. That time, Todd Lindemann does a nice job of turning, not letting the defensive or the offensive player push him in towards the basket. The ball rebounded a little long, but Todd's right there to pick it off.
And that's Mahafey's 5th as he leaves the game.
Good strong game by Mahafey tonight, though. He did a nice job inside, getting position, gave them some good inside offense.
Right on his scoring average. Lindemann 56% from the line. And again, pretty good there. So Indiana's improved from that line in tonight's game. He scored quickly yesterday, 10 quick points, 5 of 5 shooting. Henderson tries to get that board. Lindemann way short on that free throw. Travel by Hickam. So this last 4 minutes has really taken a long time as Miami tries different things to stop the clock and score. Turnovers this half, excellent by Indiana.
Good recognition, boom. Neil Reed, he picked it up right away. There was too many defensive players on this end of the floor. Things weren't matching up. He's a guy who's got a lot of savvy, he picks things up like that. He's really been an important part of Indiana's offense these last 4 games.
What a shot, that's Derek Cross, well guarded, and immediately a timeout by Miami. 1:48 left, and Indiana leads it by 11. We'll be back after these messages.
They've been pretty good this year.
Charlie Miller.
He'll show up.
Charlie Miller in the lineup the first time. Full court press as Henderson's going to get it in, and Davis
That's his
draws the
fifth.
foul, so he's going to foul out his 5th.
Good game by Devin Davis, though. He did a nice job inside, working both in and out.
14 points. They come with Kevin Beard. So Indiana's going to go on to win their 21st consecutive Indiana Classic, 42 straight wins. And Henderson will probably most valuable player. We're going to cover that for you.
Probably, Laz.
Well, I mean, it's 1:47 left, Ted. You missed that free throw. That'll go against him. Outside shot is off. Hackham goes against Lindemann.
Lindemann has got to get a hand up on a 5'8" guy or 5'9" guy going in there and leaning into him. Lindemann could get a hand up on him and knock that shot away right away. I think Coach Knight's going to mention that to him over here on the bench.
Pat Knight comes in and Lindemann will go out.
I'm going to take a look at it. You can see it's a bad shot. It's long, very difficult to rebound. I don't question that. But right here, Lindemann, I mean, you can't fall back. If you're going to fall back, fall down and take the charge. Otherwise, I mean, this is a little guy. You've got to recognize I can go up and knock that shot away no matter what.
Especially after it leaves his hand so you don't get the foul.
Just no reason to lean back on that.
Evans rolls it off. Dan Dockage.
Dockage used to block a lot of shots. So he's giving him some. Hey, now there's a guy that helped Jordan to 13.
He didn't block any of his shots, I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
Hackham's looking for 3, can't find it.
Well, he's itching to get one off.
Oh, what a move that time as travel. McGuire tried to slice through. Gets called for the travel.
Indiana coach was talking about Reed, about getting open. He's got to get open. Henderson ended up having to be Indiana's release almost every time on the out-of-bounds play.
And Evans, the guy bringing it up. Charlie Miller gets it across the line.
That's intentional. Should be. Phil Bova's not going to call it, but that should be an he is giving him two shots.
Well,
it's 10.
Two shots
10,
anyway.
exactly. Yeah, my mistake. Yeah, it's 2 shots, but
so Miller goes to the line.
I don't know why they have that intentional foul in the book. I mean, when a guy goes out at half court and just grabs you around the waist, to me, something's a little fishy right there.
Miller is off. He's 8 of 15. So really, Ted, right on down the line, Patterson is the best free throw shooter at 75%. And that's where Indiana struggled. He gets the second. So Indiana's held on to an 11 or 12 point lead here this last 5 minutes. Drive inside, a real muscle move that time by Johnson. Shot is off. Long pass to Pat Knight. And he goes underneath to Henderson for the jam.
You get open, Patrick Knight will find you.
Under a minute now, Indiana by 14. Evans has it, and a foul.
Brian Evans really had a good game tonight.
He hasn't scored a lot, but he has been that heady play, and he was the spark to get that second half run going offensively.
I don't know how many assists he's had tonight, but he's really done a nice job. Take a look at Neil Reed. He throws it down the court to Pat Knight. Good catch right there. Pat Knight looks right away. Bingo.
32 points for Henderson. Nearly got his 33 from yesterday. So you are looking at the most valuable player. I'm going to go on a limb and say that he's going to be the most valuable player.
Limb. I think that limb's pretty secure.
Strong limb.
Yeah.
Evans hits the free throw, so Indiana's now back up to 15, and they've scored 55 second half points. So just like yesterday, they scored 46 second half, now over 50. And loose ball, nobody comes up with it.
Got butter on it.
Johnson's got it. Ball is out of bounds to Indiana, and Indiana makes a substitution. Michael Herman checks in. He has rejoined the team. He's been practicing. He's missed a few ball games, and actually the team voted him back on. And now Herman gets in. Evans leads with 16 points, and a pretty gutty effort by the junior.
Good effort by Brian Evans. It's nice to see Michael Herman back on the floor. But Brian Evans, I think, got a little confidence tonight. He hit a couple outside shots. That's obviously important in his game. I think you're going to see Brian Evans continue to just play better and better.
Here's Herman. Chad Allen in for Miami, 7-foot sophomore. As they're getting Jermaine Henderson in for Miami. Trying to get all the players in the game.
Miami's done fouling. Feel like they're behind enough that's not going to do them a lot of good. About 15 seconds left in this one.
Robbie Egger in for Indiana. Michael Herman, a three-pointer. What a way to come back as Herman hits a three-pointer, and this crowd shows its appreciation. It's Matz at the other end by Bozeman as we're going to play out the final 5 seconds.
That'll do it.
Neil Reed's going to keep it backcourt, and there it is, your final horn as Indiana, another great second half offensively, pulls out the victory, 92-77. Bob Knight and Herb Sendek meet at half court, and Indiana's done it for the 21st consecutive year. We'll be back after these messages.